Sorry about that. uh, huh. It's. There we go. Did it just. It's not even showing the live. Darn it. 1 second. Hello. Alright. Drawing display. Alright. There we go. Sorry about that. I think. Yeah, I. Sorry. Thought I had everything on there. Guess not. I guess you could only hear me talking, but here's what I've done so far. Alright. Here we go. I've cleaned it up. Alright. But yeah, this is. I basically put it on full hardness, but I put the opacity to pressure sensitivity, and it gives this nice effect. I have done this once before with one of um, my other artworks of this. There we go. Nice and through. There we are. Then we do a few more things. I actually like people to have multicolored hair. It's just how I like everything to show up. Especially when it's something like this. And my art technique is quite different than what people actually do for most of their art anyway. Let's take away some of that and that. There, there. Adding multiple different hues and colors of just everything to give it a more of an interesting look to, well, interesting perspective. But sometimes you don't want to add too much because it does take away from what you're trying to do. But you still want to keep some of the lines in certain directions and keep it to where it essentially adds to whatever you're doing. There we go. Need to adjust that. Yeah, as you can see, sometimes everything just bugs out unintentionally. But no, that looks great. Okay, good, good. I would just add it on top of it, but I kind of like that. How about everybody else? Thumbs up? Well, yeah. I will need to take a look at the other stream just to make sure. But there we go. Alright. So now the final piece. The piece of resistance. Actually, the necklace itself. So we go above both layers of the fur. And then we add, well, we add something that's not faded. There we go. Let me adjust that to lower. There we go. Pearls aren't actually white, they're more of a tan color. It's just easier to do them as white. I'll adjust this in a second. Accurate some areas. On others, we'll make that jade actually for this part down here. So, okay. I just want the background to be black for a moment. Oops. Did not mean to do that. There we go. Alright, let's put this back to back. And G. Just makes it so that I can erase what I need to. And it shows all the different areas that I need to get rid of too. That's why you always put everything to black in order to figure out where things need to be fixed even though you don't see it yourself. Alright. Back to layer 17. Brush. Eraser. To white again. Okay. There we are. Most likely I need to adjust some of this, but I can do that in post. Nothing actually has to touch in the first place. You can put string through everything, but not really necessary. But accuracy is sometimes key for certain pieces, including that of actual art. I know I lost some viewers because it just went offline, so my bad there. Alright. Now we put it into the mid-gray. And we take this back to pen. Same thing. Hardness at 0%. And this. And 15% is probably best, or 12. With these, I just like to have them very subtle, not very dominant. It just helps. It adds a little bit to it. There we go. In this instance, it won't be as accurate, but it'll be close enough. Alright. And jade is right around here. Put this back on 100%. Color back to hardness of 100. Brush. There. With this, there are different lighting techniques. Usually jade is not very hard to do anyway. There we go. That looks good enough. And now, for a few things, we do add the shadows. We do need to clean up some of the lines and some of the brush. Did I? No, I didn't. Good. Alright. And just hardness back to 0 again. And back to opacity. This one, I don't have to be as... Oops. Okay, we'll just adjust it. Just so that it's not really noticed in the end. And we just carefully adjust the balance of shadow here. It doesn't have to be as accurate, because in real life, nothing's really accurate anyway, so there we go. And we have a shadow. Usually I would have the bounce back, but I'm not gonna do that. Alright, so we got all that. She's almost done. We're going to work on both of these too. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is understand what we're going to do in the background. So for right now, I'm not going to adjust anything or do anything. The thing I will do, though, I brush, make it a little bit darker, and most likely just sign my name. That's what you always do. You sign the name either in the hair or some people do it in the eye. But because my hair is so very complicated, it'd be hard to deal with it. I don't like to put it in any place that ruins the image itself. So we'll just leave it like that for now. And lighten, darken screen, difference, exclude, divide, color, blends in almost completely. Luminosity, we'll just leave it as it is and put it at a different opacity. There we go. Hides, but not really. Okay, now that we got all that, let's choose what type of background we want. So there are multiple different types of backgrounds that you can create, from simple things. Actually, Command Z on that black background, I'll need that later for fixing it. So the first thing that we can do is just a sketch. So after you're done with the character, just make sure the character itself is within a group. Just makes it easier to deal with in the future. Then you can just turn off the character. Alright, now we move on to what we're going to do on this. For this one, I'm just going to do paw prints. And the way to do this, oops, pen, eraser, there we go. And I'm doing this all solid colors. And then I'll change everything later, just doing everything in black first. Okay, we got one. We will need a different types of paw prints, because every type of dog has different, well, every animal has different paws. So I'm just changing the variation of how everything looks. And I'm putting these on different layers just to make it a little bit easier. There we go. Well, there's, and then, actually, let's add nails on some of them. There we go. There we are. Okay. This was my idea in the first place of having paw prints. So we do this. I'm mostly just gonna adjust everything as I go. Good. Okay. Take this. And we take the last one. Some things may need to rotate a little bit. There we go. There we go. Close enough. There we go. Just cleaning up a little bit of the other ones. This part here. Sometimes dogs have a scratch, an identifying mark within their paw. Yeah, everything goes crazy, right? There we go. Alright. So now that we have those three, we're going to actually change the color on them. And the easiest way to do that is adjustments, levels, and actually not levels, cancel on that one. Image adjustment, brightness and contrast. Nope. One more. It's been. Sorry, it's hard to see. There we go. Alright. See it on one screen and then it's. Alright, let's see. Curves. Yeah, one more. I don't do this very often on that. Hue and saturation. There we go. So, the way to adjust any sort of anything, select the layer, Control T or Command T, image, well, normally image adjust and all that. Image adjust, actually layer, new adjustment layer, brightness, contrast, no. Usually by doing this it helps. Oh right, it's on black, no wonder. You have to increase the brightness sometimes just to get the right colorize. Saturation of 100%. There we go. Alright, just make sure you colorize it. Sorry, this setting's every so often. Let's see. We'll go there for that one. For this one, same thing. Command U, okay. Colorize. Saturation 100%. Lightness a little bit lighter. Let me adjust it to, sure, blue. And with this, adjustments, hue and saturation, colorize and adjust. Saturation high. We don't want it white. And we adjust this to somewhere in between. That'll do. And like anything, we take all these layers, group them, and copy the layer itself. Duplicate group, say OK. Control T, move it over, make sure it's about the same distance, hit enter, get both of the groups, Control T again. We do this until we have a nice layer of stuff. So we do this one more time. But the reason why I'm shrinking it is for that particular reason, that we do need to increase how many we have on the screen. Command V. Actually group. Take that group and duplicate it one more time. Say OK for whatever it turns out to be. We take this, we move this off to the side. Make it about the same amount of distance. Enter. Command T for the whole thing. We lower it down just a little bit. And do that. Alright. Command G. Now we have a group that we can offset. Duplicate group again. Command T. And we offset it just enough to where everything is slightly off. There we go. And then we do that for the rest of it. So now we combine that again. Command T. Actually, not Command T. Duplicate the group again. It's basically a group inside of a group inside of a group inside of a group. You can easily just merge this, but and then we just duplicate the copy of the group again, just so that it saves the place. Just move it down. Of course, duplicate it one more time. Oops, there we go. And we have everything there. Now we take all the groups from the original group 5 and group them back together. And then we just move this up just a bit, just so that it covers up the whole thing. There we go. And then another thing you do is you double click here on the group itself, and you just say, I want a drop shadow. Not that much. Oh. So go to the shadow settings, opacity. We have to adjust that quite a bit. And then the good thing of what you're supposed to do after this is choose a solid color. Yes, I mean a solid color. So it could be black like this, but no. We won't use black. We'll use a different color. Let's use dark brown. G and fill. It'll make it pop. So now that we have that, we have the character, and we're pretty much done. And because of the busy background, it doesn't distract. You can add another effect, and it's a layer of Gaussian blur. I will not do that for obvious reasons of just blurring my background. I'm not one to do that, but what you can do here is do a group, do a fill of white, image adjustments, actually not image adjustments, layer, let's see, view, effect, filter, there we go. Filter, blur, field blur. We'll just say okay here. may take a few moments. As you can see, there's progress bar. Of course, most of this is not for teaching, but hey, I I do everything for teaching in a certain way. Okay. Well, what you can do is you can basically take the background itself, take this whole background, duplicate it one more time, turn off this layer, and one thing after that is you merge the group. Takes a few moments like anything else does. And now that we have the layer itself, we now go back to filter and blur, and then Gaussian blur. We can blur to a certain extent. To bring the foreground up a little bit. It's less distracting than what we had before. But each effect has their own merits, so. But another way to do this is after you do the background, you have the character, you do the same thing that you did in the background, add another drop shadow. And the shadow opacity can be higher. And it will give her, or whichever character you have, a foreground effect. Whether you add a blur to this, like this, or not. I don't like the blur. Alright. And there we go. She is forefront and center. Well, not really center. Alright, now that we have her done, I'm going to exit off her, save her, takes a moment, and now we have her. We still need to finish her up. I was going to do painting, but I don't feel like it today. I will do a stream on painting on Thursday for that, so there we go. Alright, let's finish the last part of her. Wow. Not really the last part of her. It's the only part that's not finished. But let me just work on the background on this, and then I'll deal with the rest of her later. Good one. That is her outline. Lovely. Color, outline. Good, good. Alright. For her, I'm going to give it more of a orange-red for her background. No, not sunset orange. Darker shade. That's better. As you can see, I still need to adjust the edges and all that. And for her background, I don't know. I really don't. That was weird. Okay. And we'll put these together. Everything else. That was another draft. Lovely. All these are drafts. Okay, that is it. Just reorganizing this a little bit. Okay, good. Alright, now that we have all that out of the way, sort of, now we can just group this together. For now, at least. And get rid of the character for the moment. So, the first thing that we're thinking of, pen, brush, all the way black, brush. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Are we thinking of a hellscape? Okay. We'll go more into the red, all the way. Well, try to. This will be our guide. And we're just going to use color with all this. G. Always when I do something, brush. G. Guess not. Brush. There. Alright, well, then it is. It's freaking out. Alright. There we go. Then we need this right here. I'm just doing this layer by layer. Okay. We're just doing a simple hell landscape, so we'll put this back on top. More guidelines. And we add the yellow. Close enough. Alright. That is still green. I don't want to lie. Swatches. actual yellow. There we go. Alright. Actually, not there. Here. Right here. Okay. That's this. And then we need blue. Blue is a lot easier to work with. There we go. Oops. Come on. Not you. Ugh. Brush. There we go. And now take that out and adjust all the layers accordingly. Draft. Normal, darken, multiplied. Overlay. No, too bright. Huh, that actually works right there. I do need to adjust where everything's at though. I kind of like darken. Adds the best of everything. Adjust it. Actually, Command G and duplicate group. Flatten that group. Merge group. Should just become normal. And I'll adjust the everything there. Okay. And put it back to darker color. Did it get rid of the yellow? It kinda did. That works. We'll just leave it at that. Okay, we'll leave it at overlay and put the character back on. Okay. Still need to adjust this. Image, adjustments, no, filter. let's see, distort, ripple, right? Large ripple. It's not doing anything. Okay. View, filter, pixelate, render, sharpen, flame. Of course, there's a. Okay. 3D. Let's see. Distort. Wave. Let's see. That looks more like ripple than wave. Amplitude. Number of generations. Scale. Amplitude. No. I like that one. Let me try that one. I like that background. And let me just put it back to normal. Yes. Perfect. Hey, you just need to put something in the background. But I think that looks great. And all I had to do was do that. Alright. Alright, now that we have our background, we just need to adjust the character to have a shadow. And there we go. They're done. Alright. She is done for now. I still need to sign her. Let's do this. I'm gonna do it in a very unobvious place. And sign her where it's not as visible this time. Okay, well. Okay. Stop it. Alright. Oh, yeah. There could be a reason why. No. 2, 3. Okay. I'll do it right here. Alright, adjust the opacity. Or do that. That works. Okay. I do it in a way that it's not distracting. And there we go. She is finished. Well, somewhat finished. Alright, well, I had a lot of trouble during these last 2 streams, but this happens every so often, so I don't doubt that it will happen again. Alright, well, I'm going to end the stream there for today. There will be one more stream this week, and then... Weird. Okay. Now that's actually part of it now. I think. Oh well. No, I'm going to end the stream there for today. Thanks for the people who did join and those who kind of got confused. Well, thanks for joining, and hope you guys have a good night. This is Tim from TechArtist41 signing off for today.